Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nomad Travel Adventures. This is Simon, and I'm currently at my hostel getting ready to take you through the fashion capital of the world, Milan, Italy. I've been kind of on an Italy kick lately, and I was just browsing through flights, and I found a really cheap one for 20 euros round trip, so I basically had to go for it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. I'm going to be posting videos of how to get really cheap flights and how I do it, because a lot of you have been asking me, so how do you travel so much? Well, one of the key things is to get a really cheap flight, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I've also got some really cool trips coming up. It's going to be pretty great. So the cool thing about Milano is that it's a smaller city than some of the ones that I've been to, and that's really great because you can get around and see everything a lot quicker. I've got really cool things planned for today. I think the highlight's probably going to be seeing The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. That'll be a little later today, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But the first thing I'm going to take you through is the Duomo, which is the giant cathedral that they have here. If you haven't seen this in Milan, you basically haven't been. It's the #1 tourist attraction, and you'll be able to see why. The architecture is incredible. So yeah, let's go. Off I was on another adventure. This time I was in the fashion capital of the world, Milan. Even though I had been here before, this place never failed to impress me. Okay, so just a quick little tip for you guys. When you're getting around in Milan, the subway is one of the best ways to go, and you can actually buy a 48-hour metro card, which will give you access to the subway 48 hours from the time that you bought it at. And so try to use this whenever you're here because it's really convenient. Taking the subway, I headed off to the main tourist attraction in Milan, the Duomo. So one thing I had forgotten to take into account was the fast pace of this city. But in no time I arrived to the Duomo and there was a huge crowd of tourists hanging out in the plaza. I marveled at the amazing sight. It was really cool getting to see the busy center of Milan along with the awesome architecture of the Duomo. Seriously, I see a lot of churches, but the outside of the Duomo is something very unique. Not sure if it's because of the color or the unique shape of the structure, but this has got to be one of my favorites. It's only €3 to get a ticket to go see it inside. And you can easily pre-book online or buy the ticket at the office located right next to it. It had been a while since I had been inside, but it held a very special place since this had been my very first church to visit outside of the US. So after exploring a bit of the plaza occupied by tourists, pigeons, and the occasional local riding a bicycle, I headed into the office to get my ticket. Once inside, it was better than what I remembered. Amazing architecture to say the least. The inside was like walking into the history of Milan and its foundation. Now I know it's a church and has nothing to do with fashion, but there was something so exquisite about the many arches and structures inside of this tourist attraction. Add to that a touch of holy, and you've got yourself the infamous Duomo of Milan. Hey guys, so as you can see, I have the Duomo right behind me. For €3 you can go inside, so I think it's totally worth checking out, just so you can get a feel for it. Right now I'm in the plaza, and there are so many freaking people here. It's truly incredible. But I think we're probably gonna get some authentic Italian coffee and then head over to the Chiesa di San Maurizio, which is supposed to be this ancient church. So yeah, I'm ready for some caffeine. Let's go. With the sun at its peak, I wandered a bit through the center, marveling at the amazingly dressed people and the many shops around. I was on the search for some strong and authentic coffee, which I was able to easily get in the form of a beautiful cappuccino made by a nearby coffee shop. They had delicious pastries and other stuff to eat, but I needed my caffeine fix. After watching them prepare the cappuccino, it was time to see why everyone loves Italian coffee and why you'll never find Starbucks anywhere in Italy. It was one of those experiences that it's hard to describe, but I can just say that Starbucks is not needed. After my coffee, it was time to head over to Chiesa di San Mauricio. Out in the streets, I let Google Maps lead the way, but I was fascinated by the amazing high-end fashion shops that I kept coming across. This was definitely a nice area, and I saw no Chiesa anywhere. I asked a couple of people who informed me that Google misled me and I was actually at the most famous shopping district of Montenapoleone. This is the place to head over to if you're into big luxury brands. And from the looks of it, when it comes to fashion, Milan did not play around. Like my videos? Subscribe for more.